So The Lord of the Rings, The Return to Moria, or as I call it, Minecraft in Middle-earth, is coming out next month, and they are providing us with more information about all the confirmed features. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be worth it? Let's find out. Hi everybody, and welcome to another video. And after the quote-unquote tremendous success of the Gollum video game, another Lord of the Rings themed game is coming out next month. And I believe, my dear friends, that a lot of you among my audience are very much curious about what it will be like. And this article by Delon Sibilla at Game Rant is providing us with more information there. Now, if you want to know my opinion, I believe that those who have been following my channel for quite some time know what my opinion will be. Thank you very much indeed. I shall read a book instead of playing a video game, especially a Lord of the Rings themed video game that is only in my eyes trying to milk the legacy of Professor Tolkien, as many other companies have been trying to do so for a long time now. But to each his or her own, and if you are into video games, more power to you. I hope you will enjoy it. Nevertheless, we shall get into it now. All confirmed features of The Lord of the Rings, The Return of Moria. The latest adventure in the world of Middle-earth, The Lord of the Rings Return to Moria packs a brand new story with plenty of fresh features. And that is precisely which I have been talking about for the longest time now. All that we see nowadays is people taking famous stories that have been proved that they are good and famous and popular and people love them and spend their money on them, and they try to extend them and they try to add to them, not for some sort of artistic value or narrative value, but so they can make money more easily and incorporate less and less creativity, less and less of their own imagination, instead of actually writing a brand new story and making a video game out of it. They are taking this and just trying to milk as much money out of it as possible. If I had more time in my life for video games, I would most certainly go for something like Elden Ring, since I'm into fantasy, so I would go for something that is its own thing. Nevertheless, the article continues. The newest title in the world of Middle-earth, again. Indie developer Free Range Games and publisher North Beach Games' Lord of the Rings Return to Moria will bring players into a co-op survival crafting experience loaded with features familiar to fans of the genre. Return to Moria promises to highlight a never-before-seen story in the world of Middle-earth, while also providing a unique gameplay experience for the long line of the Lord of the Rings games. So what we are basically getting is Minecraft in Middle-earth. Now, I don't say this is a bad idea to have a building survival game about dwarves. If I had more time for video games, I would be all for it. If it was an original game about dwarves, because dwarves are awesome. Let us admit that. Alright, and the article continues. Described as the only survival crafting game set in the fourth age of Middle-earth. Of course it is the only one. This is very, very, very specific. Lord of the Rings, The Return to Moria seeks to bring players into the world originally created... Oh, really? Thank you, Sherlock. By acclaimed author J.R. Tolkien, in a way they have yet to experience. The story follows the dwarves of Middle-earth seeking to reclaim their dwarven homeland of Moria after being summoned by Lord Gimli Logbearer. Players will assume the role of a company of dwarves exploring the depths of the mines of Moria deep below the misty mountains to uncover treasures lost by the dwarven people. Able to be played by a solo or co-op, Return to Moria will allow players to Minecraft, fight, and survive however they see fit in this unique take on the survival genre. And there we've got the features that it will incorporate. All major features currently confirmed for The Lord of the Rings Return to Moria are single-player or online cooperative play with up to 8 players. Procedurally generated world allowing unique playthroughs every time. Resource mining and management with several levels of materials such as iron, gold, quartz, and the legendary mithril. I don't know. Sorry, but it all sounds very ridiculous to me for some reason. Crafting and upgrading of gear and weapons after building crafting stations and forges. Items to discover such as dwarven or magic weapons, armor, tools, and structures. Now, one thing that comes up my mind is, and one positive about the game, is that apparently you will be able to incorporate creativity, your own creativity. It will be not as you've got your own generic hack and slash video game where you have to just go and perform a deed or you have a task to do. I can appreciate this. Yes, I do appreciate them trying to make it a bit more creative for the player. All right, then. The ability to upgrade and unlock new technologies and fantastical machines, base building and fortifying, an original story that unfolds as players progress, custom character creator, dynamic sound and lighting system. I am very much curious now that I'm thinking about it. If you'll have to choose your pronouns at the beginning of the game, and if Az from Over Heels versus Babyface will lose his marbles again, that's what I'm kind of curious about, because it'll be all over the internet again instead of people actually focusing on the game. Nevertheless, let's continue. The Lord of the Rings, The Return to Moria, takes a popular genre and adds the mystery and sense of adventure, beloved by fans of Tolkien's world. With a similar direction to games like Deep Rock Galactic, players may be able to enjoy a familiar gameplay experience while they uncover the unique mechanics that Lord of the Rings Return to Moria's fantasy adventure has to offer. For instance, a major mechanic in this game is light and darkness. Not only do fearsome creatures lurk in the darkness, but the shadows can have an effect on the energy and despair of the player. Another key feature to consider is sound. Movements of the player, including mining, will make a certain amount of noise, possibly alerting dangerous enemies that lie in wait. Like Disa from The Rings of Power? Ha ha ha. With the recent history of the Lord of the Rings games proving to be generally not well received by fans, like the Gollum, the Lord of the Rings Return to Moria hopes to set a new precedent, focusing on an original, small-scale story in an immersive environment that is procedurally generated could be the type of variety needed to excite fans once again. Also, allowing players to create a custom character and tackle the depths of the minds of Moria with friends could make this experience more engaging. This article is very nicely written. I have to say that. I do like the way they wrote the article. Free Range Games has chosen to focus on a lesser told point of view in the land of Middle-earth, since many stories in Middle-earth of the past have chosen to highlight elves or men. However, and that's one other thing that I appreciate, actually, that's about dwarves. Well, of course, it's about Moria. Duh. However, the recent interest in the lore of the dwarves may position Return to Moria to do well. Lord of the Rings games have attempted this in the past, but not quite in the same way as Return to Moria. Fans can look forward to experiencing this journey for themselves when the Lord of the Rings The Return of Moria to Moria releases next month. Right then, so let me know in the comments down below what you think. I think you've heard all about what I think about it, but what I'm interested in is your opinions, my dear friends. Let me know in the comments down below. And that will be all. Thank you very much for watching. And I'm out of here.